How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another build video for Wo Long Fallen Dynasty. Today we have the Debilitating White Emperor. So looking at the gear here, we are using the gray set of Shaohao, the White Emperor. And most important bonus here, subtlety and metal phase. Requires metal virtue value or 70 or higher to activate. When you successfully deflect a critical blow, you activate subtlety and metal phase, which will be inflicted on the enemy target. This negative effect is permanent and cannot be removed. This reduces HP damage dealt and normal attack spirit gain, and increases HP damage received. So basically, we do more damage and take less damage with this. So this is all about deflecting that critical blow, getting that, and the other bonuses we get here: enemy status, effect accumulation, metal spell, spirit consumption, slow on enemy martial arts, and damage to enemies with negative effects. So as we know with metal builds, it's all about debilitation and pretty much just crippling your enemy with different spells. So looking at the stats, 20 in wood, 8 in fire to use amplified damage, 3 very low for earth. We are at a bead agility, 99 in metal, and 24 in water, as that is the counter of our counter. And also we have 20 in wood because in case we come up against something that is metal aligned as well. So looking at the gear, we have the club, enemy status, effect accumulation, spirit gain, normal attacks, negative effect duration on enemies. The poleaxe, we have spirit gain, normal attacks, enemy status, effect accumulation, negative effect duration on enemies. Positive effect duration, lightning resistance, stone resistance, ice attack power on the first ranged weapon. Restore HP, lightning attack power, flame resistance on the second one. And then power gain on fatal strike, negative effect duration on enemies, spirit gain from normal attacks. Metal phase spirit consumption, wizardry spell damage, negative effect duration on enemies, positive effect duration, negative effect duration on enemies, slow on enemy deflecting a critical blow, flame resistance, and damage to enemies with negative effects. Metal phase spirit consumption, damage to enemies with negative effects, and more flame resistance. As for the accessories, wizardry spell damage, spirit gain from deflecting, negative effect duration, ice attack power, spirit damage received, negative effect duration, water phase spell, spirit consumption, poison accumulation, melee attack damage, and positive effect duration. As for spells, as always, absorb vitality. Use that a lot across my builds. Amplified damage. You can use that several different ways. Venom snare. As most of you know, that's a very effective way to apply poison. And life wither, which enemies hit with this will receive more damage from a certain period of time. Now this is good. This ties us in right along with the subtlety and metal phase negative effect. And also for Divine Beast, we're using Tengchi. Damage to enemies with negative effects, enemy status effect accumulation, wizardry spell damage, and power drop on wizardry spell. So the idea with the build is, like I said, you hit a critical blow that will initiate the subtlety and metal phase. And then it's really just doubling down on any damage that we can get in, since we're getting increased HP damage against enemies. So doubling down on all the bonuses that we get on the gray set. We're using Life Wither to bring down the enemy's HP even more, because that allows them to take more damage. And then we're slotting in additional jewels where we can on the gear to pump out as much damage and as much negative effects on the enemy as we can. So we got decent martial arts on these weapons, both the club and the poleaxe. Obviously, I would have preferred other weapons than these two for a metal build, but they scale decently. So I think that is it for the builds leading up to the DLC. There is another gray set for the Supreme Heavenly Emperor, which is like a quality build, but wasn't really feeling that one. So that wraps it up for the Debilitating White Emperor. So next up is the DLC when it releases, so hopefully you're all doing well. Stay tuned, more coming at you. Take care.